So we're going to check out a reggae groove now, a quintessential reggae groove called the one drop. We're going to be looking at a Bob Marley and the Wailers tune, a great resource for all reggae beats, played by Carlton Barrett. Carly is his nickname. Interesting fact is that his brother is on bass, Aston Barrett, Aston Family Man Barrett. And the brothers make up a legendary rhythm section and really define the feeling and the rhythms of the Bob Marley and Wailers sound. So the one drop is the beat that we're going to check out. So let's get into that. So they call it a one drop because the snare and the kick are played together. And we play the snare as a cross stick. Cross stick shot. The sound is very particular, and I like to really talk about the specifics of getting that sound. Kind of sounds like a clave instrument, you know, the two wooden claves. But as you experiment with this on your snare drum, you'll find that there's a lot of different sounds you can get. So pinpointing this sound is important. I like to flip the stick over, use the butt of the stick forward. I like to keep the palm of my hand on the drum and keep the tip of the stick about an inch or an inch and a half off of the rim. If you play with your stick on the rim, you don't get that same sound. So take the stick, the tip of the stick about an inch off the rim, and you get that sound. Pivoting the tip of the stick on the drum head is a nice way to keep everything in place. And there's a couple other things you can do to pinpoint your sound. You know, leaving your fingers on the drum head mutes it a little bit more, or leaving your fingers off lets it ring a little bit more. And even playing on the lug or in between the lugs gets you a different sound. So the mechanics of your snare drum hand on the drum really determines the sound that you get, and you want to get the same nice crisp rim click out of this. You can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get the rhythm. And with the hi-hat, we put that in and we accent 2 and 4. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we're using this molar technique where we drop the wrist to get the accent sound and lift the wrist to get the tip of the stick sound, to give our hi-hat a little bit more dynamic range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That accent accentuates the guitar rhythm. The guitars usually play an upbeat rhythm. Chet, 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 chicka-doom, chet, 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 doom, chet, 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 chicka-doom. That's the basic groove that needs to happen to make that one drop reggae feel. Now, some of the things that Carlton does to give it his own feel, give it his own little bit of flavor, he adds some 16th notes both on the rim click and on the hi-hat. So sometimes he'll play to give it just a little bit more flavor. And also sometimes he'll add an opening. The song has a lot of improvisational parts to it, so playing this song note for note isn't really attainable. Learning the transcription is a great idea to pull some ideas and get that into your vocabulary, but when you're playing the gig and playing this song, you're most likely going to do your own thing and make it feel good in your own way. So I like to take transcriptions in order to get a little bit of the vocabulary that's being played, because honestly, Carlton is playing some really great rhythms that feel really good and make it sound like Bob Marley and the Wailers. So I want to take a little bit of that, but inevitably I'm going to put my own spin on that stuff. What I did notice in this song, it's a short song. The radio version is about 2 minutes and 45 seconds or 3 minutes. Carlton starts off fairly sparse with the things that he plays, his little accoutrement. He saves that for the second verse and second chorus. Busies it up a little bit to make the song keep moving, keep the vibe growing as the song continues. So some of the stuff he does is he flavors up the one drop by doing stuff like this. Syncopates that rhythm a little bit and just breaks up the beat a little bit to just add some flavor. He also does that in the bass drum. It's important to keep the one drop within all of that. So if you're going to do some fancy things, make sure that you keep the one drop in there, meaning that keeps the beat rolling forward and it doesn't break up the rhythm. You want that rhythm to be consistent throughout the song. That's going to help the vibe of the track or the live performance. One rudiment that Carlton uses to play a fill is the 5-stroke roll. But he plays it around the drum set. He might play it on his tom or his floor tom. And he doesn't necessarily play the 5-stroke roll verbatim, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll just play the roll. He'll play the 5th stroke on the kick drum. Okay, so there's One Love, People Get Ready by Bob Marley and the Wailers. Check out Carlton Barrett's playing and his brother Aston Family Man's playing and get your reggae grooves together.